So I have a theory about why people think that these braids that I did, my small box braids, are micro braids, because I've had this comment a lot. So just follow me for a little bit, okay? I've been braiding hair for quite a while. I started out doing my own hair back in the year maybe 2000, 2001. Then I started getting clientele about like 2004 or something like that for simple things, and then it progressed. And because I'm an artist first and a braider second or third or whatever, because I do a lot of things, it didn't take too long for me to pick up doing other styles, because I think I'm naturally creative. Okay, we had micro braids out. People were complaining because the braids were taking out their edges. Their hair wasn't strong enough to hold those braids, and braiders were braiding people's hair incorrectly as well, and not really paying attention to the health of the hair, or if that person's hair is strong enough to hold that style. So a lot of people stopped wearing certain braid styles. Then came the natural hair movement. Now, there were a lot of people wearing the natural hair before, but a lot of people also had relaxed hair. But we all know the natural hair movement came in, and everybody started, taking better care of their hair. And so it was health first, styling second, okay, for our hair. And if something wasn't good on our hair, we were like, we don't want it. Remember? That was probably about 2010, and I was on YouTube at the time in 2010. So with everybody doing their hair, taking better care of their hair, people started saying no to getting their hair done by someone else, and they were learning how to do their own hair and watching YouTube videos for box braids and all of this. So you have all these women learning how to do their own hair, which is amazing. I think everyone should know how to do a little something for themselves. With that being said, I think a lot of people realize how long it actually takes to do your hair in the style that you want it done, right? It took my braider 5, 6, 7 hours to do this braid style. I can do that, but it'll take them 2, 3, 4, 5 days to do it on themselves, especially if they don't have braid experience. So the braids will get bigger and bigger. And I know we have poetic justice braids and all of that, but big became the norm, because when you, like I said, when you start doing your own hair, you realize how long this stuff take. Back in the year 2000, I was doing my own hair before I started doing other people's hair. So a lot of women started doing their own hair, learning how to do braids and twists and all of this stuff, getting really good at it, okay, making them braids look good on themselves. And of course they were like, I can do this on other people, make some more money. The bigger braids became the norm, because as long as I've been doing braids, this size has been medium. I've made my medium a little smaller. Plus, I want to bring back the smaller braids, because the smaller braids, for me, in my own personal opinion, are healthier than those giant big braids that weigh your hair down, unless you're doing knotless. I noticed people started doing bigger braids and passing off those braids as medium, but those braids are big. I really remember micro braids being smaller than that. I know I had one girl comment saying that she's been getting micro braids for years, and they were the same size as my small braids. I do need to say those braids are small, but I think a lot of the time the camera picks up a different size than what you actually see in person. So that also needs to be said. If you've ever done a head of braids and you take a picture of it, the braids can look different on the camera than they do in person. Okay, so I know what my small braids look like in person. And yeah, they are small. Okay, but they're nowhere near micro size. One block of the small braids, I can put like at least 4 micros in this place, at least. And it does take time, and hair braiding is an art. It is an art. It's not just something you do real quick. You can mess somebody up. I've had clients walk up out of my chair because I refuse to pull all their edges out. They can go. Anyway, that's my little theory, because I know what small braids look like. I know what medium, I know what large braids look like. But some people, especially these days, people's mediums are gigantic. Okay? They might have 50 braids all over your head for a medium-sized braid. But you know what? To each their own.